Teach Me Grappling. What's up, guys? I'm back, and today what I would like to show you something that just happened the other day. I did not see the event. I'm so ill prepared today. I don't know the name of the event. It was like a combat jiu-jitsu event, and VAGNER ROCHA ended up hitting somebody with a very rarely seen submission. People have different names. Back in the day, we would call it a muffler. He basically put his hand over his opponent's mouth and he suffocated him. So I'm gonna show you guys this technique, and I'm gonna show you the very little known defense to the muffler. So, not saying it's guaranteed like any submission, but I got an idea for you. So, this is not a brand new move. It's always been around, but you really haven't seen it. I'm actually slapping myself in the head right now saying, why didn't I show this before? It would have been awesome because it is something that I'm aware of, and I'm gonna tell you guys a story about who I learned it from. It was BJ Penn. So long time ago, maybe, I don't know, 11, 12 years ago, I rolled with BJ Penn, and this was something he was doing at the time. He was very good at it, and he just basically played with me like a child, got on my back. He's so flexible, his legs controlled my arm, grabbed my wrist, and he basically suffocated me over and over until I finally learned the defense from BJ. So thank you, BJ. Now I'm gonna show you guys what VAGNER ROCHA hit the other night. I did not watch the event, so I don't know how he got the back, but you get the back control, okay? And normally, like in the last, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna give you guys a little bonus. There's gonna be 2 moves in 1 on this one. Normally, I showed you guys the series with the choke arm on the bottom so that your choke is nice like this. But today, I'm gonna do choke arm on the top, okay? So either we can just switch the arms. So now I'm on this side, and this is a lot of times when I do this maneuver, okay? Actually, before I do this, I'm gonna go back and show you guys something that a lot of people try. I'm gonna tell you what I recommend. I am not a flexible person. My legs do not pull up real high. I can't pull my leg over my head. I'm very unflexible. If you've ever seen someone do this, and I'm not saying this is wrong or bad, if you can do it and get away with it, do it. Notice my arm is under his arm. If you can do this and trap his arm and either hold it with one leg, whether behind the back or in front or crossing of ankles, if you can do this, awesome, okay? I can't. I'm terrible at it. I'm horrible at it. I have a method of doing it called the handcuffs. I'll show you guys that on another video. Here's what I do, okay? I get the arm, the choke arm on the top. When it's on the top, this gives me, having not very good flexibility, this is how I get the angles to catch that arm. I go for wrist control, and I go for the choke. Then what happens is, instead of holding wrist, he grabs for fingers, and he claws fingers and he pulls them down. As he's pulling them down, I'm fighting him up like this. I call this the slingshot, okay? I pull it like a rubber band, I'm driving it up this way. He pulls it down and I let it go. So it's under tension right now. I let it go and straighten my arm, and I bring my leg over my arm and his arm. So he tries to pull his arm out of there. It's stuck for the moment. I pull my hand out and his arm gets stuck, okay? Now he tries to limp his arm out in any way, shape, or form, and I squeeze my legs and I lock. You can either lock, you can also hold it behind the back with your foot behind the back. Come around real quick, John, and look at how my foot is. My instep can like pressure into his back, which tightens everything. So try to pull your arm out. It's real hard. I'm closing my thigh and squeezing. It's very hard. Or crossing of ankles. Now, for our people, come on in front. For the people who are newer, and they've been taught never to cross your ankles, remember, I'm crossing my ankles nice and high. So I know Carlos isn't the most flexible guy either, but it's hard to put your feet over my legs, right? See that? My legs are crossed up nice and high, so I'm safe from the leg lock. If somehow I had a flexible guy that could do it, at any moment I could open as well. At any moment, if I ever felt like that was gonna be a danger. But I hold and I squeeze and I pull, squeezing my thighs together and pulling my heels in. Next, my left hand can go for the choke, but his chin is down and he's got I picked Carlos today to work with. Notice his neck. He's got like no neck. It's really hard to choke Carlos, man. He can shrug up. He's so strong. I can't get under that chin. So I'm gonna apply what I call the muffler. Here's how it starts. I use my index finger and my thumb to pinch his nose. It is not just covering his mouth. I pinch the nose and I cover the mouth. And now, as he tries to survive, think about it, how long can you survive? Only as long as you can hold your breath. So now if he's fighting, he's starting to get tired and he's feeling the suffocation effect. He can't defend, pull it down. And the more he fights, the more oxygen he needs. So it's very hard, and eventually he gets tapped. And he goes, oh my God, that's horrifying. You guys see that? Most people panic a lot. And the more they panic, the more oxygen they need, and the harder they breathe, and the more it has an effect. So, sure there's other names. Shout out to Raph. Raph, I saw him on the internet this morning say, I call this the chloroform. That's an awesome name for it. Again, in the old days, we call it a muffler. So awesome move. If you just cover here, a guy can kind of breathe out of his nose. So I like to pinch the nose and cover the mouth and pressure real hard. And that's all it is. Struggle out, fight, yeah. And the more you notice, the more energy, keep fighting, yeah. The more energy he uses, the more he's gonna feel like he needs to tap, okay? Now, again, going back to the slingshot, to give you that technique, again, this will help you trap the arm. If you've ever felt like when you were under, like this, trying to trap, and the guy, you couldn't trap, you see how I can't trap? I'm over his arm. When he pulls down, that's how I trap it. And then now, obviously, if a guy ever slid down, here's a bonus. If he kind of, instead of trapping like this, he tries to put it up here. If he slides down a little, yeah, like that. Then you have options of locking and going for arm bars and possibly triangles. Carlos is so big, it's gonna be difficult for me to execute a triangle in either direction. He's so big, I would probably go arm bar. Go ahead and scoot back on up. Perfect. So choke arm is on the top side, hold, so when I go for the neck, I'm holding here, he pulls the choke down and I slingshot. Pull it out, he tries to get his hand back through, it's very hard, I lock and squeeze. Next, you can go for the neck, and then now watch, here's the bonus, I combine the moves. So one idea is, you can't get the choke, his chin is down. So I use the muffler to make him panic. As he panics, I go to the neck. You guys see that? So it's also a way to divide his attention so that he lifts his chin. Because if his chin is down and you start closing the muffler and holding him, he starts to get scared of it. And he wants to tap. But if he lifts his head, he starts moving around, go to his neck. Okay? Now, I'm gonna show you guys the very, very simple defense. Okay? I could have just told you to do it here, I'll do it though. Okay, so you're gonna try this move on me. So he's here, we're gonna go choke arm on the top, choke on the top. So take this out and go over my neck for the choke arm. And then right hand on the underneath. Go wrist control with your right hand. Left hand's going for the choke. So I'm hiding. So he pinches the nose off and goes here. Okay? Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
What did I forget? What did I forget? Oh, the slingshot. So here it is. Go to the choke. I'm pulling down. Boom. And he traps it. See, even Carlos, who isn't very flexible, can trap my arm easily. Now try to cross your ankles. Yeah, just cross your ankles. Nice. Squeeze. So I can't get my arm out. Now my chin is down, so he goes muffler. That's the defense. You guys see what I'm doing? Open up your mouth. Don't panic with your mouth closed. Don't open your mouth a little, he'll cover it. Look at, try to cover my mouth and hold it. Get it close, John. Get it close. Look, get it close, look. Oh, cover it. How funny, right? But most people don't know that. So also don't try the defense with that. Don't try that. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys can understand if someone does that. Now, what would you do if I did this? You could go, yeah. You could always go to the choke. But it's a great way to embarrass someone, right? Go ahead, stay locked. If I keep my chin down and he tries to go muffler, I gotta defend my neck. And if he ever goes back to the muffler, and what should I do? I gotta clear this stuff. You guys gotta get out, okay? So that's basically it, guys. Don't get caught in a muffler. Big open mouth, okay? Big open mouth. It's very hard for a guy to do everything, to cover the nose and the mouth completely. There may be people out there, I don't know, with giant paws that can still do it, but open up your mouth as wide as you can to avoid that muffler. I have a feeling now that after Wagner hit that, a lot of people are going to be interested in this move, and we're going to see a resurgence of this move. So where people are going to try it. I don't know what everybody else is calling it, but again, back in the day, we used to call it a muffler. BJ Penn, I'll be honest, guys, he kicked the shit out of me with this move over and over. He's so flexible, he could trap your arms anytime he wants. He had a good weight advantage over me, so it was just impossible to stop it back then until he showed me, actually. BJ, thank you guys, thank you for showing me. He showed me how to open the mouth, so that was awesome. That's about it. Thank you, Carlos. I appreciate it. And Teach Me Grappling, keep hitting subscribe, like it, share it, watch it every single day. I got videos coming out every day. Thanks to all the guys at Patreon that are contributing to the channel. You guys help me bring this information to you. And all of you guys out there enjoying it, if you guys have an extra couple bucks here or there, please join in, contribute to this channel, and I'm gonna continue to bring you all this awesome content, okay, every single day. Thank you. Teach Me Grappling.